Hello everyone, and welcome to Gearhead Entertainment. Today is Sundays with Steve, and we're going to be playing through Watch That First Step. This is level 19 of the Follow the Trident Campaign on Ludicrous difficulty. So if you were here for the last episode, we were following Chiron trying to obtain the third out of 4 Osiris pieces. Now we're going to be with Ajax and Arkantos trying to recover the 4th. This was always one of my favorite episodes in the campaign. It was just... It was a fun moment for Arkantos and Ajax to just be Arkantos and Ajax again, not really have to worry about Chiron and Monra. It was fun because they were tracking down Kamos, an enemy that you've had to deal with before, and so you kind of get a little bit you get kind of a round 2 here, which I appreciate. And it's nice because you kind of get these 2 separate land masses, so you can separate out your resource gathering from your unit production, and even more so in this in Retold. It is a little bit trickier because we have more units to work with, more units that we have to fight. So I recommend leading with Arkantos and Ajax solely. Have them take out that villager if you can. The sooner you can take it out, the better. I probably have rushed this a bit because you can, in theory, just use Arkantos and Ajax to stop this whole fight. You don't need the spearmen, and so you'll lose fewer units. Arkantos and Ajax actually take down the elephants pretty quickly. They take down the myth units pretty quickly, so they're pretty effective. But the reason you want to take down the villagers is because they're building a Migdol, and you don't really want to be dealing with a Migdol right now. You have enough units, but you'll lose a couple, and it's not worth it. So just destroy it before it gets constructed. I'm going to go ahead and wait for these guys to heal, and then once they're healed, I'm going to finish taking control of this area. It shouldn't take too long. Let's see here. It's a few more troops than you had to work with in the original, at least as far as I can remember. Or at least a few more enemy troops that you have to deal with. I never had to deal with slingers. I never had to deal with war elephants. You did have to deal with colossi, but that was about it. So it is a little bit more, but you've got enough of an army to deal with it, so it's not really a big issue. The one thing I'm not huge on, so you used to have hoplites, and now we have spearmen. I'll say it makes more sense. We're in Egypt, we should have spearmen and not hoplites. And then also, in the original campaign, you had to, you always had this problem of, where are all these Greeks coming from? And, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. So, it makes more sense to have the spearmen. I just don't like them as well. They don't have as much crush damage. The hoplites are dedicated anti-cavalry, whereas spearmen are not. I think they're just anti-spearmen. Anyway, go ahead and save here. I always recommend save early, save often. It does look like I left Arkantos, so I'm going to have to pick him up here in a second. So just go ahead and drop a quick save, just because this is a good checkpoint. Now that you've eliminated all of the original defenses, the next step is going to be getting over to the mainland. Anyway, I was saying about the spearmen, it's not a huge deal. They'll work just fine. I just like the hoplites better, even though they don't make as much sense. Okay, so now that we're on the mainland, you can hold the mainland. That's how you kind of have to do it in the original, because there was no town center on the previous island. So you kind of need to keep your town center alive if you want to have any shot of surviving the level. I'm not going to do that for here, though, because we can build villager centers, and because it's easier to defend one spot rather than 2, I'm going to go ahead and load up my villagers onto the boat. I like to get 9 or 10 on the boat. I should say 9 to 11 on the boat, and then sail them across to the other harbor. And then we're going to build a villager center and then start harvesting stuff. Actually, I may need to mine some gold first, because we are going to build up over here first. Keep your villagers training. I'm going to be building up barracks because I want to hold this mainland for as long as possible, but with the understanding that the majority of our gameplay is going to be from the other landmass. There's more resources available, there's more room to build, and it's much more easily defended. It's kind of like our level with Amonra. As long as you can keep the naval transports from dropping an army on you, you'll be fine. And it's much easier to shoot down a boat or 2 than it is to shoot down an entire army. So we're going to keep our boats moving. I don't know why it decided to double back. But then we're going to go ahead and start building up over there. We'll slowly transition into a navy. For right now, I'm going to try and just fortify this area a little bit. Again, we're just buying time. That's all we're doing. One thing I should say, and this is a little bit annoying, we're playing as Isis instead of Ra. So that comes with certain benefits and certain drawbacks. The drawback is the empowerment is much weaker. Ra has phenomenal empowerment, because if you empower an obelisk, or not an obelisk, a monument, you can empower all the buildings in the radius of the monument. And his priests empower as well. So you just have a lot more potential for boosting your economic buildings, your military buildings. It was just a lot more useful. Isis doesn't do that. Isis heals all the units in the radius. So I have my Pharaoh held back. This is just going to be a constant heal to all of my men in the area, which will buy us a little bit more time. But it means that our empowerment is a little bit slower. The reason I built the monument is mainly for healing. It's also going to give me a little bit of a boost in favor, which never hurts. Egyptian favor generation isn't terrible, but it is kind of like a fixed rate. There is a ceiling. I guess most of them have a ceiling, but it feels a little bit lower than everyone else's. So the empowerment is just kind of a way to help with that. All right, so one thing too, you saw that announcement. That's basically just saying it is no longer safe to ferry back and forth between the dock and the harbor. Between one dock and another. The enemy has spotted us. They know that we're no longer on their side, and so transporting troops is out of the question without a large escort. We will get a large escort, but not yet. Right now, I'm just trying to build up a bit of an economy on the other island. When we get the chance, we're going to start building siege barges, I think it's war barges, and we're going to start building, probably, we're going to build Leviathans. I think I tend to like them. I guess we'll get a war turtle later on, and I do love the war turtles, but we're only going to get access to Leviathans for a little while, so it just makes sense. You don't need that many, just a couple, and then some siege ships. You are going to want a lot of siege ships. Go ahead and train a few spearmen, keep them going. I'm going to try and get these villagers going, build the rest of the houses that I can. We'll have to move these houses over to the other island as they get destroyed, and we might run into a bottleneck with population for a bit, but for right now, it's just enough to get an army started, and that's the big deal. Again, just buying time on the other island while we build up our economy over here. Eventually, this lower landmass is going to become the focus, but the longer we can keep the upper landmass the focus, the better. I'm going to go ahead and build a few ships over here because I don't know. We will get attacked over here. I'm trying to think. It's probably not as necessary to have the ships over here. You do want to start harvesting wood over here, mainly because these villagers are going to grow idle at some point, and wood is the most plentiful resource over here, so it just makes sense for them to harvest wood over anything else. Let's go ahead and build that temple as well. Right now, I've got gold on this first island. We're going to have to start harvesting food at some point, but I don't know why that ship decided to run away. It's fine. Right now I'm going to build the dock because we're going to need ships to defend over here, but the food is going to be critical soon because we're running out of food to train villagers. So I'm going to try and build the dock and then transition to harvesting goats. They're not fully fattened, which is annoying, but you work with what you got. So the sooner we get this dock built, the sooner we'll be protected over here, and then we don't have to worry about anything. We've got our wood income over from the other land mass, which we're going to need. Egypt doesn't rely on wood a whole lot, but their ships do still take wood. That is one mechanic I forgot to mention. So another reason I really like this level is you get access to Colossi for free. And the longer you wait, the more Colossi you get. As far as I know, it does not respect command limits. So command point limits. So I don't think at any rate. I think you'll still get Colossi as the Colossus builders gather more gold. Even if you're at your command point maximum, obviously, the rest of your units have to respect command point limits. So your Colossi still count towards that limit. But I think you can kind of like overmax, I guess is the word for it. Not really. You can go over the limit. which is nice. Okay, so if you remember, in the last level, I was like, we need to kill these priests, we need to kill these priests, we need to kill these priests. That's because we were super reliant on myth units. We're not reliant on myth units here. In fact, myth units are going to be a little bit more difficult at the moment because we don't have our obelisks up and running. So at the moment, we're relying heavily on infantry. In which case, we can kind of ignore the priests because the priests are largely useless against infantry. I mean, they'll do a little bit of damage, but not a ton. So we don't have to worry about them as much. We're going to focus more on We're going to focus more on killing the war elephants because those will be a big deal. I did go ahead and build some siege barges, by the way. They're going to be helpful for reclaiming the channel. This level is a little bit easier than the original in some sense because the channel used to have sentry towers, which would shoot down your boats. You don't have that anymore. For whatever reason, they're just regular watchtowers. I don't know why they did that, but I'm not going to complain. It makes it a little bit easier to navigate the channel. Let's go ahead. So they are, like I said, they're going to hit us with arrow ships. We can, I might lose a barge, that's fine. That said, I think they're still in range of the monument, which is nice. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and shred their attacking force because we've got siege barges, and they bring Kenbits for whatever reason. We're not going to be able to punch through. They do have enough ships in between us and them that we're not going to be able to punch through with that small force, but it is enough to kind of protect our original base. Let's go ahead and get some priests, harvest some goat. The more villagers we get on food, the better. I've got a few Petsukos. They're just too busted to not have. But we're not going to be able to get to that many. I've only got the one monument. I've only got a little bit of gold income, so it's just, I mean, I'm obviously going to work with what I get, but I'm not going to rely on them. I'm relying more on spearmen. And again, we're not going to be able to hold that island forever. We're going to have to hold over here at some point. This landmass is a good fallback spot, and it's going to be the place that I push from. But the longer we can hold it, the better. I will say, if you do start building more myth units like I have, then yeah, go ahead and kill the priests. The Petsukos will be able to hold their own against pretty much everything else. But the priests, again, they suck against most things, but when they start fighting myth units, man, do they just absolutely decimate. But anyway, we don't have to worry too much about getting priests on this side, too, because we've got the empowered monument, so that's going to be helpful. And you should be able to... Ooh, I don't care for that. Hit the bell, please. Hit the bell. See, that's what I mean. You got to be able to hold this channel, and honestly, I probably... Ooh, let's go ahead and kill that camel. I probably need to get some ships out. Now we do have a Colossus, so that's going to help a lot. If we can kill these scarabs, that would be great. Have a priest kill that last camel, and then we'll go ahead and gang up on the Pharaoh. Hopefully we don't lose a Colossus. Perfect. Perfect. Now would be the perfect time. Let's repair the town center, and then we're going to have to start training some ships over here. Just got to stabilize and rebuild, and then we'll start building ships as soon as possible, because they're apparently already hitting our resource production a little bit early. Not a fan of that. They were supposed to hopefully wipe out my main base and then go for resource production, but no. It's fine. It's fine. Once the villager center is repaired, I'll go ahead and fix the... I'll go ahead and try and fix the docks, and again, we're gonna want a navy over here. Focus heavily on siege barges, on war barges. I mean, let's see here. We probably don't need to train any more Petsukos over here. For better or worse, this army is what we're gonna work with. The Mythic Age is gonna make things harder because now they're gonna be running champion units in their next attack. It's kind of one of the things I'm constantly saying is that they're just more advanced than you all the time. At best, you're on equal footing, but you got to work to get there. So, I don't know. There might be like 1 or 2 levels where you start as champion units. And this ain't one of them. So, we're just going to have to work with what we got. Let's go ahead and get 20 on gold. I'm going to take these other 6 villagers and start with some farms. It's probably over here is the most open space for farming. Come on, can I get a 4th? I'd like to get a 4th. It's fine. We'll get them started on that. And let's see that already we're dealing with champion units. And I think I think this push is going to break us. Because our spearmen are what's really going to... Our spearmen are going to go first. We might be able to hold that a little bit longer? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up, because our spearmen are getting absolutely shredded, and then our Katsukos are dying left and right, too, because of the priests. We'll do what we can, but just daggone. Okay, I'll buy some slingers, see if I can buy us any more time, but I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, let's see. Don't have the gold for any more. That's fine. We'll work on some farms. I'd like to get one more so I can get the L shape and build a granary in the corner. That's usually how I go for it. Great! Okay, yeah, no, I think this might be it. At least over here. Main island's going to be fine, or main landmass is going to be fine. This spot is probably going to go down. And that Patsukos that I trained is going to die. Lovely. Yeah, next attack we're done for over here, which is why I really am gonna need... some ships. I have been slacking because I don't have a ton of gold. I have more now, but I did not have a ton of gold. Let's get these farms going. Again, we're gonna need food. We've got about 50 food. That is not very much. It means that I can't train any spearmen. I mean, look at that. I got one spearman. Not that many slingers. I'm trying to buy as much time as possible over here, because once we shift to the main island, we're going to be stuck there. I don't know. Okay, let's finish getting food production up and running. That's 10 farms. That'll help. These guys, once they're done with the temple, I might see about getting a rock. I don't know. That might be the play. Alright, see, we still have our war barges over here. I'm kind of holding on to them. I am going to try and clear as much of the channel with them as I can. But for the meantime, I'm just trying to kind of protect my base a bit. Okay, no time for a rock. That's fine. We'll get a few spearmen, and we'll just lock and load. Well, that was an unfortunate time to regain a pharaoh. I was really kind of hoping I would be destroyed over here in time that I could just get a new island. It's okay. It is what it is. Okay, let's put up a mining camp again, because we're going to need more gold. Right now we're out of wood, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll be fine. And I'm going to need to go ahead and build houses. Like I said, you're going to hit a bottleneck with houses, with population at some point, and that point appears to be now. He's spare. If I can find the hotkey, we'll go ahead and have him start working on a lumber mill. And let's get a Leviathan, because if they're going to hit me with a transport ship, a transport Leviathan, my best bet for slowing it down is probably another Leviathan. Let's see here. We've got too many villagers. So roughly the number of villagers you can have on a gold mine is 20. Sometimes you can get more if they're cycling just right. Sometimes you run into less because they don't cycle properly, but 20 is about the max amount of villagers that you can get on a gold mine at a time. So I'm just going to try and keep 20 on there. Again, you know, my general policy is to have way more villagers than most people. Let's go ahead and build that house, because again, we're going to need more population. We're at 50 right now, and our total population is 85, so we're going to need more before we can start training a navy. And now we're at 60. Okay, so one house finished, another house finished. You can tell our main island is, or our main our original, I keep saying it. This is the main and original. The other landmass is completely wiped out, so we're just kind of stuck over here. We are going to have a lower population because we don't have a town center, so you're just going to have to worry about that. I think we've got a little bit of time before they try and bring us transport. If I can take down this sentry, or this watchtower, that would be great. Alright, and we're finally in the black with population, which is good. Okay, so this is the kind of navy you're going to have to be dealing with. Just heads up. We're going to break through that at some point, but for right now, we don't really have the guys for it. So just hold on for the time being, gather some resources, and try and just prepare. Okay, see, also, that's what I'm talking about. That one villager she had stopped mining because they don't always cycle properly. One of the advantages, too, one of the reasons I really like this level is because you don't actually need a strong army. This game, like I've said before, it kind of has a way of making you think that you need to play in a certain way. And more often than not, if you take some time and you think outside the box, you're going to do better. So they make you think, well, you have to defend the mainland. Maybe you use this original landmass to gather resources, but the mainland is where the other landmass is where you have to hold, and you have to kind of stave off attack after attack until you advance, get a good army, and then you siege through the main gates. That's how they make you think you have to play it. In reality, you just need a lot of ships, and then the rest is a cakewalk. Let's go ahead. So one of the things I like to do, I tried walling this area off before in previous playthroughs. It didn't work super well, but a Migdol and maybe a couple of sentry towers will help. I'm going to go ahead and save because this feels like a good spot. It's a general rule. If you feel like you're doing well, go ahead and save. It's a lot easier to restart from an area where you're doing well than an area where you're not. Also, I should say, I'm going to try and use a lot of priests. I'm not going to have a huge army because essentially I've only got so many command points and I'm trying to spend most of them on my economy and on my navy. But the priests are going to help because most of the transports they send are Leviathans, and so we can hopefully kill the Leviathans before they make it to the shore. And that saves us from having to fight a massive army. Okay, get these houses up. Get the priests going, and we're just going to keep them over here. The closer they are to the shore, the better. I'm going to go with Thoth. He has benefits to resource gathering. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get a siege works. We'll probably need it at some point, if for no other reason. Catapults are great for taking down ships. Let's go ahead and build another dock. We might need another one. We are limited in how many docks we can build, so there is that. And here we go. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and have the Leviathan tank the damage because the Leviathan has more health than our war barges, and we're going to have to kill a couple of these. And then our priests need to come in. Hopefully we can body block the shore a bit with the boats. All right, everybody pivot, please. Yep, good body blocking, and Leviathan's dead, and we're all good now. More ships are better, more priests are better, but we're in a good spot. Okay, if that villager is stuck, we can put her inside of the Migdol and move her out the other way. It's a nice little one-way gate. People used to do that a little bit back in the original. It was never really a big deal because your enemy couldn't go through your gate. But gates did have lower, and I think they still do have lower hit points. And a Migdol has more hit points than a gate. So, and honestly, a tower kind of does because, well, I think the towers are smaller hit targets, so you know it's harder to hit them. It's harder to hit a tower with your regular army, and if they do decide to go siege, it creates a smaller hole. So, I mean, it was never hugely useful, but it was something you could do if you wanted. Mainly, it was useful for getting them out of spots where they were stuck. If you had built your buildings too close together, that was about it. I'm going to try and get as many of these monuments up because we need more favor. They're starting to hit us with a lot of boats, but we've got a lot of siege ships, or again, war barges, so that'll help. We've got some myth units, that'll help. We should be able to carve through their navy. I'm just hoping we don't get hit with an attack around the same time. A lot of times they like to do that. They'll throw in their main navy to try and distract you, and then, oh, there's a transport with an army all out of nowhere. We do have war turtles, though, finally. We have some war turtles, so that's going to help. And a phoenix. I'm not going to put a ton of stock on a phoenix because they are very vulnerable to arrows, and we're dealing with a lot of ships. However, I like phoenixes, and they're fun, so we're going to use them. Let's see here. Heal up everybody with all of our many priests. Let's go ahead and get championships. That'll kind of keep us on the same playing field, at least for now. I need to get an armory, and I'm aware of that. But just higher priorities. We're working with copper weapons, but it is what it is. Okay, so we are out of gold over here. I'm going to try and harvest what we can from over by this temple, but you're probably only going to get 10 villagers on that gold mine. There are more gold mines over here, though, so we're going to move them to the left. And I want to go ahead and get a market. We cannot use a caravan right now because caravans cannot go to a villager center. However, we can trade resources. I'm going to go ahead and save again now that we're into the Mythic Age. Just feels like a good spot. Let's see here. Get another couple war turtles. I love war turtles. They are so effective. So a couple of gold mines are... There's like a little pond back here. It's a sneaky little pond because it's hidden by fog of war and you don't think to check for it necessarily, but there's a little pond back here that we can take advantage of. If you want it, you can get some safe fishing ships over here. I never found that it was enough to really make a huge difference. You know, your farms are always enough, but you can if you want. Okay, I don't have line of sight to do that. That's fine. But there's a couple of gold mines across the way that we'll be able to harvest. I'm going to go ahead and drop down a lighthouse just so we can see what we're working with. I might have line of sight to attack the enemy real quick. I guess we're out of wood over here, so we'll move our wood gatherers as well. Let's see, I've got 2 spare. Let's go ahead and throw them on gold. Why not? I'm going to need more food villagers in a bit, just because there's a bit of an imbalance. You can see I'm working. I don't have a ton of any resource, but food's been lagging for a bit. But anyway, there's gold mines down there, and there's also relics, so we're going to take advantage of that. You can build a transport ship. I might... In the original, I used to build a rock. It's because I didn't actually know how to kill most buildings. I guess, you know, you could kill the units, so I could have killed the transports. It was just more fun to use the rock. But I didn't know you could destroy buildings for a while. It's not like it teaches you that. Eventually I learned that you could use the delete key to just delete buildings and units. You used to have to kind of go manually. I used to have to go manually back and forth. There's a little skull icon where you kill villagers. Or not villagers, your army. I don't think you could kill villagers without the delete key. So it was always something I was kind of conscious of back then because I didn't know you could get rid of them without getting them killed off or without having an army come in and destroy everything. And turns out you can, and I use it all the time now. You know, it's nice to be able to rearrange your base as you grow and as you expand. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get a farm going. I want to get them lined up, more or less, with the original farm plots. As we get more villagers, we'll round that out. In the meantime, let's bring these guys over to the other island. They'll be harvesting gold for a while. We got spare villagers harvesting gold for no reason, so we'll bring them down to the farm. Come on. There we go. Build some granaries. We'll pick up these relics eventually. I will, especially Amble of Hephaestus, that will dramatically reduce the amount of money we're spending on upgrades. But for the time being, I'm just going to focus on getting gold. Go ahead and bring this villager down. We're in a good spot. If you get to the spot, you're in a good shape. You should have good resource production and a sizable navy to make sure that you are completely unaffected. The cliffs are usually a little bit too high for the enemy to hit with anything other than siege ships, and they usually don't bring siege ships through. You can see their Kenvet is trying, or their pirate ship is trying. It's really trying, but it's not going to be able to do much. Let's send the priest over. Let's see. Let's send 2 priests over because there's 2 relics. That way I don't have to make 2 trips. Used to be so much faster using rocks back in the old days because in the old days the rocks didn't land. You just rock units on the go. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't make a huge difference. Let's go ahead, buy all of the upgrades that we can because we're at that point. Once you've finally got good resource production, you can start buying upgrades really quickly, and that kind of snowballs because it makes, usually it makes resource production a lot cheaper, and it makes your units a lot stronger, so you have to spend less. It's a win-win. So That's why I love a strong economy in games like this. Alright, the other thing too is with the rock, oh, we have a transport. Let's kill the transport. Yeah, try that on for size. We lost the Phoenix, but it's fine. Our turtles are causing havoc. That's what we need. I'll probably use a rock in a bit to try and go get Arkantos and Ajax back, and maybe to try and reclaim that settlement. I think I want a few more resources. I think I want to buy all my upgrades, and I might even try and destroy as much as I can with our siege ships before trying to move to a land invasion. You will have to move to a land invasion, because you have to siege the whole base. It's not enough to just take down the Migdol. I think all you used to have to do is take down the Migdol. It's been a while, but I think that's all you used to have to do. It's not enough anymore. You gotta actually go through and destroy stuff by a land invasion, but we're gonna soften them up as much as possible. And we're gonna get a strong economy with all the upgrades so that we can just focus on producing troops. Let's see, let's get these villagers over here to the villager center, drop off as much wood as possible, and then move them around, because we've got more stuff that we can harvest. I don't need those upgrades because we don't have caravan, but it's fine. Why do I only have 18 villagers? I'll have to fix that. 18 on food. I'm going to have to fix that. It's probably because it's probably because the pirate ship was just close enough. Oh, and I have sea serpents. I forgot. That's a let's see. I think I went with Sekhmet. I think that's one of her abilities. Is that now your sea snakes spawn if you attack? There's a chance of spawning sea snakes if your Kenbets are attacking things, I think. So that's a pretty nice upgrade. Just a little bit extra, just a little bit extra reinforcements. It's always nice. Save again. Again, we're in a good spot. So I feel like it's a good spot to save, and if I needed to reload a save, I could. Let's go ahead. I think I'm in a good enough spot. I think I've got all my upgrades except for my armory upgrades. I'm going to go through and I'm going to try and wipe out their navy over here. Kind of get them off my back a bit. Let's kill that, please. I do not need a transport getting by me while I'm trying to destroy their army. And I've got the war turtles for a reason. So you can see the war turtles kind of buck about and they disrupt the enemy navy. So that's nice. And another transport. Lovely. They kill the transport. Their Leviathans are annoying. They pick the heaviest transports that they can, and then they drop a massive army. So, just gonna end those expeditiously. Probably gonna train a few more ships and some turtles. I think the army we have is enough to kind of stop them right now, but I don't want to leave anything to chance. Go through, I'm going to destroy some docks, and then I'm going to make sure that we don't have to deal with invasions. And another Colossus, that'll be nice. So when we do get a land invasion, we should be in good shape. There is a dock off to the left. I'm going to be dealing with that in a bit. First, I want to deal with the dock that's right here, and then I want to deal with the sentry towers and the Migdol, so that they're not shooting my ships as I'm running through the harbor. I think if we destroy this dock, that's the one that's been training the transports. So that's what I'm going to try and use. Let's go ahead and group that into the next army. Our turtles are so nice. I love turtles. I tell you what, I probably should have gotten upgrades because my ballistics suck. I've been missing so many shots. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so we've destroyed the dock, which means I can destroy the rest of these ships without consequence. I'm going to keep building a navy as needed. Oh. I stand corrected. That does look like a transport. So we're going to have to destroy the other dock as well. But it's not getting through. We've got enough turtles that we don't have to worry about it. Kill the next one. You guys can turn around and focus on that ship. Just gonna start Just auto-queue it. Auto-queue the siege ships. It'll make our lives so much easier. The auto-queue function is nice. You can't use it in multiplayer, but man, it's nice in regular. Also, I forgot there was a gold mine here, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Let's go ahead and gather some wood. And I've taken enough control of the channel that I shouldn't have to worry about the pirate ship harassing my villagers, I don't think. You used to be able to, I'm sorry, I saw a turtle launch a ship. There used to be a glitch where you could have a turtle launch a ship onto the land, and then you have the ship on land. What was the point of it? There was no point whatsoever, but it was fun. Ooh, another Colossi. Let's pick him up, and then we'll get everybody across. Alright, you guys don't need a Colossi. Let's get rid of that right away. That Horse Avenger is going to be fun. So the Horse Avenger is actually good. He might shred some elephants. Let's get rid of him. We'll take down the barracks. I did not realize they were Anubites, but we should be able to take care of them pretty quickly too. These are all like heroic / mythic age units with mythic age upgrades, so I'm not really worried about an Anubite. I don't remember what we need to do. I know we need to siege the Citadel, but I don't remember how much. So let's try and take down some of these towers. Obviously, the town center needs to go. We'll take out the other sentry tower at some point. If I can get my guys over there. If we lose our Colossi here, it's not the end of the world, because we can retrain actual like Egyptian units and we'll be just fine. Alright. We'll go ahead and collect these guys with the rock in a bit. It looks like I might have to actually push farther into his base, and that's annoying. So, let's see what we can see. Come on. Don't get caught up on the petty units. They don't matter. Oh, okay. Let's move the rock over there. I don't know why this villager is idle. It's fine. It's probably fine. Okay, that ship feels unnecessary. But we still got a navy, so we'll get rid of that guy. Ah, yeah, look at all those war elephants. Just call me Hannibal, baby. Let's go ahead and build a mining camp here inside the enemy base, because I can. Come on. And I'll use a meteor storm, because I can. I mean, God, it's just so cool. Let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to auto-queue elephants, because we're going to lose some as we go, but you know what, it doesn't matter, because I've got all the money in the world. Kill their colossus, kill their elephants, kill their buildings. Nothing is going to stand in our way. Apparently, Arkantos is down, but it doesn't even matter. I mean, look at all these elephants. You think they're going to deal with these elephants? No. No. This is pretty much an unstoppable army. Alright, now that we see Kamos, we just need to kill him, and then the level is over. In fact, we might only need to get him down part of the way. But the idea is, let's target Kamos. And there we go. Easy as that. Man, that was a lot easier than the last couple levels we played. It really was. This level is so much easier. I mean, it was long, but it wasn't difficult. And half of it being long was just me taking my time. Oh man, and this is just so satisfying. We're finally. Oh, I will say, that line went harder in the original. A lot of the lines went harder in the original. I'm just going to say it. The voice acting was just better back then. But this felt so good, because we've been working towards this for so long, and now we get some retribution. Oh, feels nice. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining today. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.